Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, it's Stubbs121 here with Gamers Initiative, and we are back with another news breakdown covering some really hot information that we think that you guys should know about the gaming industry itself. But before we do that, guys, hey, we would really love it if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a sub, maybe a comment, and even a like as well too. It'd really help us out a lot. We would really appreciate it, so thank you guys so much. But let's get underway. Let's get the news. Here we go. Alright, first up on the news, guys, we are talking about Sony's new release of their VR headset, VR2. It's been quite a really tough time for just anybody really to get their hands on a Sony PlayStation 5. So with them putting out this new VR, hopefully that means they're going to start or increase overall production to actually, use the VR that they're hoping to put out. But the unfortunate thing is that they've released not only, dates of when it's going to be released, which is great, that's the good part, but the price tag that they actually have on the VR2 is quite staggering, and it has people very alarmed as to the overall use or the overall efficiency of it. Now when we're seeing basically like price tag of it is that it's coming at around $550. Now as we know, the PlayStation 5 itself is for US dollars is $500, and that's a pretty normal cost for a console. That's kind of what we're seeing every single time that one is put out. Maybe it's a little bit higher, maybe it's a little bit lower, especially with like the Xbox Series X and S, where they have differing prices based on versus disc and disc-less styles. But we're seeing with the PlayStation 5 is kind of that 500 point, that break point right there. But we're seeing that the VR2, their new headset, is actually coming out for $550. So not only do you have to buy a PlayStation 5 for $500, you have to buy a VR2 for $550. So I mean, you're putting out over $1,000 just for these two things. Now the VR2, it actually does come with a headset, of course. It also comes with two controllers as well, and the stereo headphones, like I said, coming at $550. But if you're looking to actually get a game along with it, because this does not come with any games, it doesn't come with anything at all, it's just that base model right there. Of course we're gonna have to buy games, so it's gonna go over that price tag. But if you guys want a bundle with it, you guys can actually get the Horizon Zero Dawn spin-off Call of the Mountain bundle. It actually goes for $600 now, so you're putting out $1,100 just for the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation VR2. So you better get your use for it. I mean, people with Oculus Quest 2, I mean, they're like $300, I think, $250, something like that. And it's really kind of highlighting, this might be a better route to go is with the Oculus. Granted, you cannot play some of the PlayStation games, which they actually just released 11 new titles that are coming out for the PlayStation VR2. Now we're talking about games such as Search and Rescue, the Hello Neighbor title with it, Pistol Whip, which is actually a really fun game because I actually have it with my Oculus. You can buy that game on Oculus, so you don't need to buy it for your PlayStation. And also as well too, After the Fall. So those are, they released 11 titles, as you guys can see up on the screen, that they are actually going to have with the PlayStation VR2, as well as that Call of the Mountain Horizon Zero Dawn spin-off. You're dropping a serious amount of money just to be able to play these games. It seems, I don't know if it's really worth it, to be honest, because you're dropping what you can almost get for a fully built PC that can play a lot of really good games as well too. I mean, me just being, I have a PS5, but I also have a PC, and I really enjoy playing a lot of the games on my PC and my PS5. But I could get that cost for an almost completely built PC and play a lot of really good games. So I don't really know. I don't know if it's really worth it. Now the VR does have a lot of really good games like the Beat Saber and then Half-Life Alyx as well too. So there are some really good games that are with VR, but I don't know if we're to the point where we're going to be able to drop $550 to $600 just for a VR set. It just doesn't seem feasible, especially in the market that we're now seeing today with inflation through the roof, people losing their jobs, especially over at Twitter. I mean, it's insane what is going on right now. So I don't think people are actually going to be able to spend this much money. Now we're seeing that the actual release date for this is going to be February 22nd. So who knows? Maybe they might change their tune, Sony, based off of response from fans. But pretty much every single news outlet that we are pulling this information from, it's not looking good. It's just price is way too much. I don't know. It just seems like it's way higher than it honestly needs to be. But like I said, the PlayStation VR2 set to release February 22nd for the base model of $550. Also with the bundled model, the Horizon Zero Dawn spin-off Call of the Mountain for $600. I don't know, guys. take what you want with that information. I'm going to hold off. I mean, I do have my Oculus, but I'm going to hold off. I'm going to see how things go. Who knows? But as we learn more information about it, please stay tuned. We'll bring you guys more details and more information as the time gets closer to the release date. Alright guys, we are talking about another shutdown within the gaming studio region. We are talking about Onoma Studio, which was just recently bought by Embracer Group, has actually just shut down effective Tuesday from the reports that we are seeing. Now with over 200 employees being laid off, it doesn't really look good for this gaming industry. Now the Embracer Group actually owns Gearbox Interactive and THQ Nordic, and they had actually recently bought from Square Enix the company Onoma Studios, which was originally called Square Enix Montreal. Now they brought us titles such as Deus Ex, the Tomb Raider, and the Legacy of Kain titles, but unfortunately after they had rebranded, they had actually just shut down, like I said, with 200 employees unfortunately losing their job. Now their sister company Eido Montreal has actually extended job opportunities to these 200 employees, so hopefully a number of them do get picked up soon, as well as joining other game studios in the area as well too. But it's unfortunate to hear that this studio, which was just bought and rebranded, has decided to effectively shut down. Now Embracer Group, like I had mentioned, they own Gearbox Interactive and THQ Nordic. Their major focus when they actually bought this studio was to focus on sequels, remakes, remasters, and spin-offs of older games like we had previously mentioned, but that unfortunately does not seem like it's going to be happening with the closure. Now Phil Rogers, the director of Embracer-owned CDE Entertainment, told GameIndustry.biz, "We see the growth opportunities centered around our premier franchises and AAA games. Closing publishing QA and our Onoma studio is a difficult decision and one that we've taken with great care and consideration. We greatly thank all those team members for their contributions over the years and hope to find proper placements for as many as possible." I get it, like there's certainly a rough time that's going on financially around the world right now. 200 employees being laid off from a studio is really tough. It is good to see though is that other companies have actually put opportunities out there for those employees to hopefully get jobs, and the ones that are picked up right away, great, that's so good to hear. But the ones that possibly are not, I hope you guys find work really soon, and I hope those opportunities keep coming your way so that you guys do get those job opportunities. But it's really sad to hear because they brought those great titles like we had mentioned, Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and the Legacy of Kain, and what their hope and what their goal was to create more titles in those franchises, but unfortunately that's not going to be happening. It's really sad to hear, it really is, especially with the amount of money that they devoted to rebranding and hopefully kind of putting out some amazing titles that they were really looking forward to, but it doesn't really seem like it's going to be happening now. I don't know guys, it's really sad to hear, but if more information does come out, we'll definitely bring that to you guys here shortly. But let's keep moving on to our next topic. Alright guys, finally, so a little while back we actually did a story about how Blizzard was changing their system for getting cosmetics, unique, things in Overwatch. They actually changed from a loot box system to a battle pass system, which battle pass is what we've kind of been seeing in pretty much every single battle royale or any like multiplayer, anything like that. We've kind of seen a shift more towards a battle pass and getting away from the loot boxes, especially in countries where they've actually stepped in and either banned or restricted the way that monetization is for those loot boxes, because it is a sense of gambling. You don't really know what you're getting, honestly. You throw money at it and you hope you get something good. I mean, that's basically a sense of gambling. And with a battle pass, you know exactly what you're getting, which is great because you can actually, there's that transparency of knowing what you're getting, and you know exactly, like, I'm gonna get this skin because this is what I'm devoting money to, and everything seems great. I mean, I think the overall reception of it when they first announced it with the Overwatch 2 was great. I didn't really do a poll, so I can't really say it, but a lot of the comments that I had actually read on Reddit initially were great. They were actually really, really good because it got away from that gambling, sense of unsure, especially if you've gotten the same skin 6 times or something. But unfortunately, things are not working out the way that they are. Now, the reason I say that is because the aggressive microtransactions that Blizzard has put forth in Overwatch 2 are not well received by many, especially when a number of their skins are going for $20. just for a skin is going for $20. It's insane. Like I said, I cannot say that the Battle Pass was met with positive reviews, but there's a large number of individuals who are boycotting currently Overwatch 2 because of how aggressive and how badly their monetization is with the Battle Pass system. Now, when Overwatch 2 was released, it was a free-to-play early access game at the beginning of October with, of course, microtransactions built in because, well, that's just normal nowadays. Now, these microtransactions are getting massive heat because of the price gouging of skins, with some going as much as $20 like I had mentioned. This has garnered massive backlash from the community because people love buying and celebrating skins. I mean, it's what they love to do because at the end of the month or whatever, the end of the event, you can show off your skins and you can be like, hey, I worked my butt off to get this skin. Unfortunately, it's not working out the way that people want it to. As well, too, because of this, they've changed the way that they're doing their holiday events now, too. With Halloween just finishing up and with Christmas coming around, as well as several other holidays. In Overwatch 1, they actually did a number of events revolving around holidays, where it allowed people to actually get a lot of really fun, cool, items, cosmetics, things like that in the loot boxes. But unfortunately, you have to shell out money now for those skins. It allowed people to yes, it was that gambling aspect, but it allowed for more of a potential to get the things that you're looking for, rather than basically just shelling out money, especially when those prices are as high as they are. Now, players have actually commented they would gladly spend more money if the prices were more reasonable and not hurting them anytime they had to pick up a controller or click their mouse. Now, I've watched actually a number of streamers who have actually commented on this as well too. They're not actually being a part of the boycott, but during their stream and during their time when they're not actually playing and just like streaming and stuff, they voice their concern over how bad the microtransactions are, and they wish that they could go back to the loot box system. I don't think it's going to go back to the loot box system. I really don't. But who knows, because actually Blizzard has sent out an email recently to their players asking how the overall quality of gameplay was and is for Overwatch 2, and maybe with enough support to return back to the loot box system, it might actually go that way. Now, I wouldn't hold your breath as players because studios are really, really slow to react when it affects their revenue system, so I wouldn't hold your breath by any means. But who knows, maybe if there's enough people voicing their concern over how bad their microtransactions are, it might actually get something changed. I doubt it because we're talking about Blizzard here, people, and they will price gouge you massively. It's just the way that they are. And as we've talked about many, many times with how bad Blizzard's overall studio is right now, I don't see any change coming shortly, but who knows? People have taken to Twitter to voice their concerns over this, and maybe things are gonna change soon. I doubt it, but hopefully we can, and maybe we can get some more of that potential to get the things that we're looking for here. I don't know, guys. If any more information is brought forth, you know where to check it out, guys. We'll be the first one to tell you about it. All right, guys, that wraps it up with the news breakdown. I've been Stubbs121 with Gamers Initiative. Thank you guys so much for just stopping by. We really appreciate it. We really do. We hope you guys have an amazing and fantastic day. Hope you guys are staying well. Hope you guys are being healthy as always. We've been putting out some new videos as well too, guys. We've been playing some really fun games, so I really hope that you guys go and check it out. If you guys want to know more information about us, you guys can definitely check us out at the links on the side, as well as the links down below. I've been Stubbs121 with Gamers Initiative. Like we always say, don't forget to be awesome, and don't forget to love, because hell, we could always use it. And I'll be sure to catch you guys on the next video. Bye, guys. Have a great day.